raise your hand. Kyle Goon, go ahead.
AD, just more specifically about your injury, do you have any sense of the recovery, what it's going to take, what the rehab process is going to be? Do you have plans to just rest your injury after you go home tonight?
I'm going to talk to my trainer, Ish, and see what that plan is. Probably call me tomorrow and we figure that out. But no, I don't. They were saying before when it first happened, 10 to 14 day injury, usually what it is with the groin, grade 1. So after tonight, after re-aggravating it, don't know if it's gonna be another 14, whatever. But talk to him and tomorrow and just kind of see, what the plan is.
Bill?
AD, you started the year with Mark next to you at center, and then obviously Drum came in partway through the year, and obviously there were, tons of different looks in the front court. Going forward, what do you think is the ideal kind of partner for you in the front court?
I don't know. I mean, we can switch it up. I mean, we had 2 bigs last year, JaVale and Dwight. This year we had, a stretch big and a big that plays in the paint. So, then I can play either or. We have Mark, I was playing in the paint, and with Drum, I was playing on the perimeter. So, whatever, I think, my ideal big is whatever works, whatever fits our team. That's ideal for me. And we draw schemes and things like that to make it work.
Dave?
AD, LeBron's numbers in the series still suggested he was a highly effective player, but in what ways could you see once he returned, he was different than he was prior to the Atlanta injury?
When he returned for...
Like over this final stretch that he returned and played with you guys, pre-Solomon Hill.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't 100% healthy. And I think you guys know that. And, he left it all on the floor, especially tonight, trying to make play after play to help us get to a Game 7. And I think he's also going to need that time to let the ankle fully heal. But it was more, and especially when he first came back, a lot of jump shots. I don't think, trusting the ankle a lot. But everything you do, he's moving with the ankle. So, and he plays downhill and jumps and, attacks and come off pick and roll and do a lot of movement. So, his ankle has to be, good. But he was, like you say, he was still very effective for us. When he came back, I think he left that Toronto game where we bothering him. I could be wrong, but when he came back the second time, he was good. He went out there and did everything he could to put us in a position to do something special. It just wasn't enough for our team, for me, him, and everyone else.
A quick follow-up, your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers? I'm just kidding.
Look, I got the shield. I didn't know what happened.
No. It's all good.
I don't know, man. I mean,
I'm just joking. You don't have to answer it.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to Dan Wookie.
He demanded a trade to the Bears, AD. Craziest thing. And they don't want him because they got Fields. So
I'll be sick.
I totally lost my train of thought real quick. Now that this is your second postseason kind of as a Laker fully, after 2 years, how much do you think you'll take a more active role in kind of those team building conversations? I know you were part of them before, but do you feel even more comfortable now to kind of have a fingerprint on the direction of this team?
I felt comfortable, this year and last year. And I think our organization, Rob, Kurt, front office, leans on me and Bron a lot to have our input in those decisions. So, when the time is right, and everybody kind of, get over this dark cloud that's over us because we didn't end the season how we wanted. We'll have those conversations. We let guys have a time to reflect on their season and on their future. And we'll, get together as an organization and figure out what we want to do to get better. And we'll make those decisions from there.
PT.
ED, when you're coming off an injury like this, and this season full of injuries for you and other teammates, but for you specifically, will you change much of your off-season training regimen to try to hopefully it can keep you staying healthy the whole season?
My off-season regimen is pretty intense. Like I said, this off-season I didn't get to be a part of what I normally do because of the shorter off-season. But usually, when the season's over, we get the month to just let my body, heal. And then I'm going 6 weeks just straight weight training every day. And then you get to the basketball part about a month and a half, maybe month and a half before training camp. But that kind of comes back easy. I think it's just, like I said, it was an odd season for us, off season for me. I mentioned before, you just try to battle of, resting from a season and then getting ready for a season. But, I had that off season, last summer, and was rarely injured last season. So, if it wasn't anything significant, things that I was able to play through. So, I'm excited to get back to my, regular off-season programming, with my trainers and get ready for next year.
Last three questions, Mike Trudell.
Hey, yeah, real quick follow-up on the strength training and stuff. Is there like an ideal weight, for you? Do you want to be a little lighter? Do you want to be a little bigger for your body? All that. Have you ironed that out at this point in your career?
I kind of just go with how I feel. I remember my fourth year when I was in New Orleans, maybe fifth year. I got to this when I was like 235, and I think it was like 250. And I wanted to get bigger, but I felt heavy when I played, so I dropped down to like 240, 242. So it just depends how I feel. Like, I train, and then once I get on the floor, if I feel comfortable and feel good, then I play at that weight. Because you're gonna drop weight when you play in season anyway. Your weight's gonna fluctuate. So I don't really care about that. It's more about the strength. Is my strength still there? Like I say, it all depends on how I feel. So there's no specific number, but I also don't want to play heavy. But a number that I won't go past, around like 255. I won't go lower than 255. I played at 255 last year, around 262, 264 this year. So I won't go under 255 though.
Got it. And then I just wanted to ask you about offense. So when you came here, you mentioned with LeBron, like it's got to be defense first. The offense seemed to always be able to get by with you and LeBron in the half court, double teams, et cetera. Do you envision something moving forward? Is it system wise or some different actions? Like what do you think you guys can continue to do on that side of the court?
Defensively? You said defensively?
Sorry, say that again.
You said defensively?
Oh, sorry, offensively. Yeah, offensively, how you guys get involved, yeah.
I mean, we'll go back in. I know me and Brian will for sure. I know the coaches will for sure too. Go back and look at this series. This wasn't a great offensive series for us. And figure out actions that were effective, with me and Brian in it or together or individually. And then continue to grow, looking at the season overall and, where we were effective, this season. And even last year, what was effective for us. And get to that, and adding new schemes in, new plays. Coaches come up with new plays. Players think about new actions that they can get involved in and watching other teams, and you think that's a good action for your team. So, and it's also based on personnel, the team that we have. So we'll think about it, when we get closer to, next season, as far as schemes and plays and things like that for me and Bro.
Last two, Melissa Rowland.
Hey, D, 2 questions for you. After giving it your all and doing anything and everything you could to be out on the court tonight, when you walked over to the team's bench and sat on the ground and kind of put your head into your hands, what was going through your mind in that moment? And then second of all, are you more looking forward to having a mental or a physical break heading into this off season?
Like I said, I was already hurting, coming to the game, and when I, jumped to block book shot, kind of just reactivated, and I felt that same pain, when I did it in game 4. And it was just like at first it was just like the first thought was like, fuck, like, I go out there and you try to give your all and just give your team a chance. You feel like you let your team down, especially like a player of my caliber. Your team, wants you on the floor, needs you on the floor, and you can't. Obviously they know that you tried or whatever, but just that sense of you just wish you was on the floor to help the troops. So that was really it. And, all I was hearing was, the guys saying, we got you, we got you, hey, we got you, we got you. So that was like, good for me to hear. But for the next question, I'm looking for both. None of us really had a break from last season. So to physically, take a break and get a chance to physically get back where I've, been and where I need to be, and then, mentally just taking a break and getting back where I need to be mentally to prepare for next season. So I'm looking for both. And like I said, I'm excited for the break, but I'm also excited to get ready for next season and show people and show the world, why we are who we are. And that last year wasn't a fluke, and we will be back.
Last question, Michael Duarte.
Thanks, Will. AD, LeBron said he kind of puts this whole season from the day you entered the bubble to today, with it all ending. I know you said it was draining emotionally, mentally, but if you can reflect back on this whole roller coaster journey from entering the bubble that day to winning the championship and the tears of joy you had on that day to everything you went through this season and now today.
Like you said, the perfect word, roller coaster. It's up and down. Having a good season, stopping with the hiatus, and 3 months off, go to the bubble. Not sure what's going on. Whole bubble to start was like fiasco, just everywhere. It was new to everybody. And fast forward to the championship. Going through everything, and being able to win it all. And then having a short off season and trying to do it all over again. And guys, get hurt. We don't get our full team. Just an up and down season. Just up and down season, and both seasons, to be honest. Last year started with China, just going up and down from there, and then this season, with the whole COVID thing, was something totally new for us. The guys getting COVID in and out of the lineup, guys injured in and out of the lineup, so it was just all up and down for us. And we obviously try to stay even keel, but you can never get too high or low in this league. But like I say, it just didn't work out in our favor this year, and guys are going to get ready for next season. But it was just up and down, and all we asked that guys, leave it out there on the floor, which a lot of us did. And like I said, there's nothing we can do about it now, but to prepare and come back with a vengeance.
Good there, AD. Thank you for the time.
Yep.
Thank you.